That was a boss nade from Rushers. Malcorado trying to bait out, trade it, and he does! Rushers holds the angle, Malcorado finds the shots. Malno picking up that last member van over, and Phoenix go up 3-1.
I can go anywhere I wanna go. I can do anything if I put my brain in the matrix. In the matrix, in the matrix, in the matrix, in the matrix. Matrix, and the matrix inside the matrix. I can lay bricks or I can take pics of animatrix doing insane flips. I can fight an octopus in my Oculus. Ain't nobody stopping us.
Go.
It's your man, Pooh Nanners, your Texas caster and hype master.
And your Ginger Cast Man coming at you through a tin can. It's sleepy.
Well, man, that was some top-tier baiting. That whistle was straight out of a horror movie.
Absolutely. Malcorado really adds to the immersion when he pulls some stuff like that. And telegraphing his position to cover Rusher is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, and Buxton has many more beautiful highlights lined up for our coverage of Week 2. So let's get into the first match. Phoenix took on Space Force in what we fully expected to be a relatively even brawl. However, Space Force appeared to be punching well above their weight class.
Absolutely. And as we get into the clips here, we'll start to see that picture unfold. And in this first clip, Phoenix and Space Force are going to get a couple of kills onto each other as Malcriado sets up for the first cap of the match, sneaking through the smoke, fully prone. I mean, he does this completely under Destructor's nose, and as the smoke clears, we all just watch and wait for someone, anyone, to stop this cap. But no one does, and with that cap, Phoenix starts off with a strong lead for a map that ultimately ends 4-1.
Y'all need to like Jaws theme for that.
Then we move on to the next map, Suburbia, and as we'll see unfold, as the smokes come out strong, and in spite of some very heavy team killing due to that, Phoenix is going to be able to dodge a very well-placed frag that we'll see coming in here right there. Yeah, just that concrete barrier going to help him out. They're going to dodge that frag, capture the point, and that will bring an end to map 2 in a 4-1 victory. A move that was pretty much predicted by Nightfire and Buxton just a few minutes ago. Rushers, formerly of Stone Cold Killer's grenade fame, kicks off Quarantine with a beautiful frag clear across the map on Quarantine, taking out Sergeant Vanover through an impossible amount of coverage, thereby earning himself Buxton's Nade of the Week. Then on the very same map, Phoenix, they're going to pop so many smokes you'd think Snoop Dogg was in here. They're going to do that in order to rush this uplink right past Honey Half and again right under Destructor's nose. Poor guy. For the last play of the map to close out the map again. Yep, you guessed 4-1.
Yeah, Phoenix take the whole match 12-3, so it's just 4-1 all the way through with 5 captures on across all 3 maps. Can you believe that?
Whew, man, Space Force definitely got a wake-up call there, but Phoenix has had their fair share of mistakes as well. The best part of the early season matches like this is watching these teams go through this shakedown period where they ultimately just makes them stronger in the future. So those Phoenix team kills...
Well, maybe
that's not it.
Maybe they were testing out a new team kill strategy. I mean, it's a bold tactic. We'll see if it pays off. But you know who was trying out some new skills? The G-Men. We had a hell of a matchup between these powerhouses of G-Men and SMC Tactical, and it became clear that the G-Men were practicing hard in the preseason and returning to Season 7 with a vengeance.
Absolutely, and you'll definitely get a feel for that as we head into these clips. Trade deep into the series on Bazaar. The captain of G-Men, Biggie Smalls, finds himself on the ropes in a 1v2 situation against SMC. He's going to be able to find the flank on what remains of the SMC defenders, but they are no fools, and they immediately start to ping his location. As Biggie sets up, he finds Captain Soda rushing in. He's going to drop him like a sick beat. And Poopachu will rush towards the window, but Biggie's going to outflank him and drop.
Man, you think clutch rap is a genre? I think it should be.
It is now. And then in the very same map later, Swooty going to grab a pick on Soda. This is round 7. This is the decider for the first map. But little do they know, Sickness is on his way into the objective like the ninja that he is to get the cap and take the map, Bazaar, map number 1 for SMC 5-3. As we go into map number 2, it's 1v2. No time is left, and the G-Men desperately need a point to stay in this. As time ticks away and bullets are exchanged, everyone is watching on edge. Swooty's going to take the scenic route to get a final shot onto Captain Soda with just a second remaining. A true buzzer beater in the VRML. And then in our next clip, we'll see, again, Smokes. Man, they are everyone's favorite here. Once Smokes are out, it's a 4v1, and G-Men have the advantage on a tied map. It all comes down to one shot, but no one has that shot. The nades are flying, but it's not until Poopachu steps out from around this car that he gets his legs blown off like Lieutenant Dan, and G-Men are able to take the map.
Not Lieutenant Dan.
Absolutely. And then map number 3, we had Subway, a little played map. Swooty, you can see they're tucked in the shield, in the corner with his shield like a pro. Then we'll see the original OG, Mr. Beefy himself, ninjaing a knife onto G-Man and then able to take down Swooty down below and basically stop a cap that was definitely happening in what is now affectionately known as Buxton's Play of the Week.
Taking the series 11-10, so close. The G-Men are shaping up to be a major contender in the playoffs this May.
Yeah, I'd say let's not jump the gun this early. SMC definitely a strong team as well, but I'm not surprised. There are a lot of old pros on the G-Men team, and after just missing out on the OC5 and Season 6 playoffs and finals, they've got to be out for blood and out to prove something, and they did just that in that SMC match.
Yeah, next up, we had a pretty solid matchup between Lemon Squad and the Unit. Our money was on the Unit to take at least one map against the Lemons, especially after picking up Stray Jack, a former co-captain of Silent Purge, really beefing up that roster. With 2 of the maps brutally in favor of the Lemons, though, we'd see a very hard fight on Suburbia just to claim that one map.
Absolutely, yeah. Cargo, though, the very first map, it's just getting started. The suppressing fire is already flying out, but can we rush this rush map even rushier? They're going to kick things off strong and fast with a cap here on Cargo. They're going to find one, then they'll find another here on the backside. There it is, and now it's in a 5v2 scenario. It's a 5v2 here. A flash in the tablet comes out for a shock and awe cap that really shows what these sour shooters can do.
Ooh, cutting linguistics, Sleepy.
Absolutely. And then Caltrop is just standing by as a clueless Stray Jack offers his back to an eager Butcher, giving Caltrop his first knife of the season. And man, what a little play there. Then would you look at this? We all hate taking these stairs, but Jamie from the Unit, he's going to set his trap and spring into action. The grenade goes out. He pushes and finds Guica. Then he's going to rush the stairs in order to finish off Caltrop for a nice double, clearing the center house to win Suburbia for the Unit and giving them that one
Unbelievable
that Buxton was talking about. Here we are in the last map. Paulus Bill is going to get a great pick on the uplink defender to grab a cap before anyone on the defense can even react to help push his team for the dominant win on Downfall. Then in our final clip from this game, you'll see Stray Jack here. He's trying to get as many of these teams as he can with this nade. He pops out the door just long enough to toss it, but unfortunately it bounces too far, and it only is able to snag Archer, who is very quickly revived. So unfortunately not the outcome he wanted, but still a great throw nonetheless.
Yeah, well, the Lemon Squad ended up taking the series 11-6 in a great match. Considering that what the Unit learned, I think it'll be interesting to see a rematch between these guys.
Absolutely. I mean, from what I've seen, the Unit just keeps on improving, and I fully expect them to give Lemon Squad a run for their money in the next time that they face off. I mean, this one was already close on the first 2 maps, so it should just be a preview of what fire they'll bring later this season.
But for Blaze, that fire was already raging in their high-octane barn burner from week 1. Thank you, Buxton. And that was delayed against your old team, the Danglers.
Absolutely. This was a rematch from the semis on last season that everyone knew was going to be good, and boy, did it deliver. So as we get into these first clips here, we'll see a nice little funny clip here as Riboman, in true Danglers fashion, trolls Executioner with a veiled threat of a knife to the neck. Then we'll move on to round number 3 as Stumpy, in what can only be described as a sheer innate ability to read the battlefield, is going to pull out a clutch win against Blaze to take the lead in the series. First, he's got to manage, though, to get by Verds, who's frantically running around on the objective.
Baited him with shooting at him first. Very smart.
He did, and then we'll see he pulls his tablet out and goes in, but we'll skip on up to the next objective. Not ready. With the help of his teammate Noman, a good friend of ours at the casting desk, causing some distraction in the south, he's able to slip through the Danglers defense for the map-winning cap on Downfall. And that was definitely an unexpected one there. I think most people had that one pegged for the Danglers on the defense. Then, in a very unusual form here, slow cap, but a cap nevertheless, the Danglers put a 2-point lead on Blaze on round number 1, but I found out later it's because they were standing so close to one another, they were clipping each other's bodies, not allowing each other to put in the numbers, even though I thought they were just yelling numbers at each other in order to see who could get the cap first in playful fashion.
So if you're inside each other, that means that you can't actually do anything about it.
Yeah, same with walls. And then in this last clip, in true Nightfire fashion, Buxton almost loses the game-winning moment behind the overlay. Luckily, he cuts to the action right as Dangler's co-captain, Llewellyn, gets the cap to win the map in series for his team.
Yeah, amazing plays from those guys with a 12-8 victory going to Danglers. That rematch delivered on the hype. One thing worth noting is that the Danglers refused to ban a map in protest of map bans and to hell with the consequences.
Yeah, I won't get into it too much as I pretty well covered that in the cast. I attempted to do my part as a new mod and asked them to reconsider, but in the end, I'm no longer a member of their Onward team and do not have a call in their decision making. All I can say is I can only hope that it doesn't come back to bite them.
Yeah, well, I understand we have a new caster added to the roster.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of which, that caster is actually helping us out here with this episode. It's Triple Nipple. You can find him on the VRML team Cats in Hat. He's done a few events with us from Alt Space and The Hive. We did a nice little rookie boot camp tournament there. Had a great time. So we brought Trip on, and he's got a lot of great ideas. So we're excited to welcome him and Xandria and all the other new casters to the team as well.
We've also got a new patch that just dropped with a new map, Snow Peak. I'm excited about that one. And an uplink assault game mode, kind of like Insurgency, plus an RPG and an M203 underbarrel grenade launcher. I bet Buxton is salivating right now. Just more grenades.
Yeah, I bet. And it's worth mentioning, too, that the C4 is also getting a little bit of a balance as well. It used to be a 2-point attachment or equipment purchase. Now it is 3, so it will make that purchase a little harder on that point allowance that you get for setting up your loadout. Also, the Mark 17 was buffed with an ammo count upgrade from the 20-round magazine to a 30-round magazine, more standard to the real-life variant of the weapon. So
spray and pray.
Absolutely.
They also added a flare gun, which is bound to make for some hilarious antics.
Yeah, you definitely going to be a lot of crazy, fun videos coming out with that flare gun. And of course, you can check out the full patch notes on the Steam page or on Downpour Interactive. But I haven't had much time to really delve into this new patch much myself, though from what I have seen from the public testing branch and the notes regarding the update, I am very excited to play Onward again, and I might even do that right after we wrap up this show.
Well, thanks to all our players and viewers for supporting the show. Feel free to show us some love in the comments and give us some more ideas on what you want to see.
Absolutely. Please keep those clips coming. We are always looking for more great highlights each week as we bring those to you.
Again, I'm Poon Anders, joined by VRML mod, caster, and former Dangler, Sleepy.
This show has been brought to you by VRespawn.com, your only source for VR esports news. So be sure to subscribe to the channel and follow us on Twitter to stay up to date.
This episode was written by Buxton and directed by Triple Nipple, as you all, also known as Trip13, Nip13 on Twitter. Special thanks to ZMan966 for our motion graphics. We expect to see more fancy production work from him in the future. Send us home, Sleepy.
Of course, man. Thanks again for tuning in, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got a whole lot of action coming up for you guys in week 3, so be sure to tune in again next week. And good night, everybody.
Go.